So I'll resume the entire Apple event in under 5 minutes or in around 5 minutes because I don't think anyone should watch the entire thing like I did. Spoiler alert, nothing new happened. But let's start in the beginning. The first thing that they announced was the official pricing for Apple TV Plus. It'll be $4.99 a month. It will start with some exclusives and no words on a back catalog. So $4.99 for a family subscription. That sounds cheap, and they'll offer you a year subscription with every new iPhone that you buy, or iPad I think as well. So that's a decent deal, I guess, but it's pretty much just their way of making up for the lack of content, one competing with Netflix or Disney Plus or every other streaming service. After that, they talked about the new 7th generation iPad, which will just be the cheapest iPad they offer now. And with that, we pretty much just got updated internals, iPadOS support, and Apple Pencil support as well. I'm not sure if it's going to be the latest generation Apple Pencil or the oldest Apple Pencil. It's quite confusing with Apple. So this is pretty much your entry-level iPad. And just like they said, 60% of the people that bought the 6th generation iPad, that was their first iPad. So this is pretty much just an entry to the garden, an entry to the Apple garden. The third thing was around the Apple Watch. A lot of emphasis on health. This is a talk for another video, but I think health will be the future of Apple, and the way that they are completely dominating every other company when it comes down to the fitness tracking and the health tracking and all the studies that are trying to incorporate in the EKG features, and all of that seems like a very logical next step for Apple. So they talked about that. They also unveiled the 5th generation Apple Watch, which design-wise looks exactly the same. What they changed was there's a new type of panel. They called it an LTPO display, which pretty much just means that it will be able to refresh itself from 60 Hertz all the way down to 1 Hertz, which helps in turn with the new feature that is always on display, something that has been available in other smartwatches in the past. And according to Apple, they say that the watch still keeps the same 18-hour battery, but I don't know, I really enjoy my Series 4 and it usually lasts me 48 hours. But maybe it's 18 hours of screen. I don't know. We definitely need some real world numbers apart from just 18 hours of battery life. But it looks like a decent-ish improvement. Pricing will be the same. It's $399 for the GPS model and $499 for the LTE model. And you will also be able to buy it in different finishes that you couldn't on the Series 4. You have ceramic and you have a titanium-like finish. But that's pretty much it. They didn't even talk about improved internals, a new chip, more RAM, more storage, nothing. No new sensors, no sleep tracking, just nothing. So it's iterative, which set the tone for the entire event. One cool thing we got with that was they're probably going to be discontinuing the Series 4, or they didn't even talk about the price reduction, and they're going to be charging $199 for the Series 3, which looks like a good deal and a good entry for a smartwatch because it has pretty much all the same features as the Series 4 and the Series 5, apart from now the always on display, and on the Series 4 you get the new design, but sensor-wise and tracking-wise you get most of the features, so $199 sounds like a better deal for most people. Then we got into the meat and potatoes of the entire event with the iPhones, 3 models, like we all knew. The iPhone 11, so no more Roman numerals, it's just 11, the number. No more XS, X10s, 10, so it's just 11. But then they just complicated it again by having an iPhone 11 and an iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max, which is just a mouthful. iPhone 11 Pro Max. It's the world we live in today. So the iPhone 11 is a successor not to the iPhone XS or the 10, but to the XR. It will start at $699 and it will have the A13 Bionic, but then the same design, same screen, probably going to be 64 gigs. The battery is bigger, which is an improvement all around in all the new iPhones. And you also get an ultra-wide camera, which is definitely the right approach. There was worries that you're going to get a telephoto lens with the iPhone 11, but it's a good thing that it's an ultra-wide. It's more versatile and you can always slightly digital zoom on your main camera. They also, for some reason, made a big emphasis on having the strongest glass on any phone. I don't know how they can claim that, but on the ad you could see people just chucking the phone around and moving it all over the place, indicating that it may be more scratch resistant and more break resistant. Then we got to the iPhone 11 Pro models. They're calling it Pro because apparently it's supposed to be for professionals or for people that just want the best and have either $999 or $1099 to spend on either the iPhone 11 Pro and iPhone 11 Pro Max. The main differentiating factors compared to the iPhone 11 are you get the OLED screen, pretty much the same display that was on the XS. Apparently you get more brightness, similar to what people are expecting to get with the Apple Pro Display XDR. So they're calling the iPhone 11 Pro Max screen the Super Retina XDR display. That's great naming, just fantastic. Again, they didn't talk about improved storage capacity, so probably gonna be 64 gigs. You get a fast charging brick in the box, so yay! Yeah, but it's still gonna be Lightning. You're probably gonna get a Type-C to Lightning cable in the box. It's gonna be 18 watt fast charger, so not even the fastest, but it'll be probably much better than the 5 watt one. That will come with the iPhone 11. The iPhone 11 will probably still come with the tiny brick charger. With the 11 Pro and the 11 Pro Max, you will get a third lens, which will be a telephoto. So the ultra wide will be 13mm equivalent. The normal wide camera will be 26mm equivalent, and the bigger one will be 52mm equivalent. The telephoto will be f2.0. They also finally introduced a night mode. So similar to other phones, they talked about leveraging the processor to take multiple shots at different exposures and then combining them all together to get a clean picture in just terrible lighting conditions. Again, they didn't compare it with any other phone, so I don't know, it looked decent, it looked pretty good comparable to other brands, but I don't know, it didn't seem like leaps and bounds above. What will still probably happen is the video will still be better on the iPhone compared to Android phones. Unless Google pulls up a rabbit out of their hat, I don't see them making video any better on Android. So if you want the best video, probably going to be on the iPhone. If you want the best pictures, we'll test it and see if the iPhone 11 Pro is a big leap forward when compared to the XS and the XS Max. And the second biggest feature is the colors. You get new colors, matte finishes this time. The matte black one definitely looks the best. You get like an olivey type of color and then a purplish type of color. And that was it. There wasn't even a one last thing. It just ended. So that's what we're gonna do here. Expect probably an iPhone 11 Pro Max review here. In the meantime, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you subscribe to me and my content in the future. And yeah, bye.